Number one. Oh, boy.
By the way, the Warriors, man, best win of the year. I'm calling it. This is the high point of the last 2 years. Although
you going the last.
Well,
two.
and it's hyper. That's what I was just thinking about. Steph's 50 burger, but that was short-lived. That was a 2-day feel good, and then LeBron thumped him in game one, and that thing was downhill.
I got to say something about game one, Steiny. We can make an argument that I know the rest element was goes to the Lakers, but you talk about that game because I remember it vividly. Like they got blown out by 30. That you can make an argument the Warriors tricked that game off.
I wouldn't say that, but you can.
But it was closer.
Right, okay, so
but still they got it.
The Warriors have won 4 titles, and according to you, they've tricked off 6. Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
No. Somebody else said
not
that
today.
Oh, Bob Myers on the telecast last night.
What'd he say?
He was talking about. He got emotional too.
I saw.
I texted him, trying to get him. Come on.
Oh gosh. Oh boy, that'll.
Now, why would you say, "Oh boy"? How about you know what? That's good stuff, partner.
So
the effort.
So
not.
No.
Boy.
This
I didn't knock on his door. I'm not
so
parked
Bob
outside
Myers
his house.
Gets honored last night.
Yeah, it was great.
He's the center of attention.
Yeah, he was uncomfortable.
And you say, "Hey, can he come on the show?"
Oh no, I did it today.
I say, Bob, enjoy your night tonight.
Oh. Well,
see what I mean?
Yeah,
I didn't ask him for anything.
Yeah. I didn't do that yesterday because I respected
You did it
that.
today.
Yeah,
the morning after.
Yeah.
Is he coming on?
He ain't responded yet.
See, and I respect you, Goo. You know why? You put yourself out there. If he doesn't call in today,
what do you mean?
That hurts. It just hurts.
I consider him a friend, and that's why I said, yesterday was his baby.
When's the last time you went out to dinner with him?
We're not defining what our friendship is.
When's the last time what are his daughters' names?
Oh, he just told all 3 of them yesterday.
Oh, I thought you'd know if you were his friend.
Sometimes I just want to radio wrestle you. He let me sit in his seats. How about that?
Oh boy. Here's the thing.
He went to UCLA.
Here's the thing about Myers. God forbid he turns on the show today and Guru's like, I hope he calls, because then he will. He's such a nice guy.
Hey, he knows what's on my bucket list. How about that?
He does. He does. 888-957-9570 is the number. Steiny and Guru with you. And the Golden State Warriors, they put on a clinic last night, at least in the last 16 minutes for sure.
Curry, 6 of 10 from deep. Slump over.
Okay, you know what? I want to ask Warrior fans about that, because you're not objective. You're not on this one.
That hurts.
I love you, but on this particular small thing, you're not. Did he talk after the game about the golf swing? Saying what it meant? What do Warriors fans think that was?
I know what it was.
I mean, what did he do? He broke out the night, for the first time like 3 years ago, maybe?
And we know who he took that from.
Now he did the golf swing. Does anybody think there's a meaning behind that?
Look at the YouTube chat. 700 people think it was for us.
I'm not ready to go there.
You're not ready. See, why would he do it?
Well, because Kerr mentioned golf in the post-game press conference.
Gotcha.
In Boston.
And then what did we do with that sound?
Well, you went nuts.
Yeah, we fought.
I didn't fight.
I didn't think he should golf.
You were worried about bursitis, and I said he's golfing. Relax. Boy, he looked limber.
If you see him tonight, Steiny, say something to him. You know how to do it.
He knows where to find me. Come say hello to me.
Oh, God. We need to hear that phone call. Can I get a little piece of it?
It's 5 minutes.
You're blowing up now.
It's 5 minutes.
We don't want to hear all of it.
Well, then you can't just cut it.
This one you kind of have to hear the whole thing.
Wow.
It builds up.
Okay.
It builds up. But how about we tease it towards later?
Okay, there you go.
The
too short segment,
yeah,
maybe.
let's do that.
If people are tuning in, they don't know what they're talking about. Linda, caller from Oakland, Sam, I want to say. Linda in Oakland called in on the morning roast talking about meeting Matt Steinmetz, and things got a little interesting. So we'll play that towards the
I bet
show.
Joe and Bonte were
they were loving it. They were loving it. I had to come in.
And where?
Into the studio.
Oh, my goodness. Come on, Steiny.
Yeah,
no, you didn't.
Of course I did.
Dude, you're just spreading your wings, right? Because you never usually do that stuff. Look at my guy.
You know what? Your boy's
3-man show.
Boy's putting himself out there a little more these days. What's wrong with that?
I love it.
Hey, I ain't going quietly into this night. I know I'm old. I know I'm a fossil, but
look at that hair.
I'm coming out hot.
No, you still got
I'm coming into town like Bobby Portis, baby.
Like a cobra.
I don't know what I love Bobby Portis. I just love him.
He was automatic last night. Yeah, him and Draymond but Draymond was on best behavior. He knows he can't.
Who was on this morning who said nothing was going to happen? They both had one tech, and he was right. Whoever said it, I think it might have been Bonte. Let's see. Let's play a little sound here and open up the phone lines at 888-957-9570. Best part of last night's game. Tell you what's funny is you win a game like this
But it started before.
And your imagination can start.
But to your tweet, Stoney, it started before. Now, quality, you could, if you want to nitpick, it wasn't the greatest of teams. But to your point, you this
is their biggest win of the year.
Oh, no doubt.
Opponent.
But they've been.
Oh, you mean in the 14-4 stretch?
No doubt about it. Right.
Yeah, but
this checks every box as far as good team, your top team. You know,
it's clearly
Willard's happy. He wanted to see the good team get mopped
Warrior fan should be happy today.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying that's off the table.
Right.
Of course,
every Warrior fan should be ecstatic right now. I know it's hyperbole, but we'll just use the regular seasons. But to me, what I saw last night was a better game than they played at any time last year, and that bodes well. I mean, the one thing about, and I'm not saying it's you never know what's going to happen. You never know, but. That's a team that looks like it's building chemistry.
Yeah.
And you know what that is? That's a lot of coaching. I really do. I think Steve Kerr's doing a really good job this year. I really think he's doing a heck of a job this year. I know there's a small segment or some kind of segment that isn't crazy about him, but I don't understand why. I think he's a guy who's got to work with the small picture and the big picture at the same time, like all the time. And I just don't take it for granted. 888-957-9570 is the number. 619. My favorite part was the defense and the refs let them play. Yeah, they did that in New York, too. They let them play, and that helped the Warriors also. Let's go to let's talk about this rotation. He played 11 guys last night. Is that sustainable?
It'll more than likely be 10. It's hard to play 11. I know we've been playing 11, but if we're going to ramp Trace's minutes up, it's more likely going to be 10. We'll just try to mix and match. But we feel like we found some combinations. We've got we're 3/4 of the way through with the season, so we've got a pretty big sample size of the different combinations out there. So I think we're in a good spot now where we're able to put together the starting group, which has done a great job here the last month or so, and a second group now that we're fully healthy with a lot of really talented players. And you saw that tonight. The bench was terrific.
Yeah, I think Looney and Saric are going to take a hit. I don't think there's any doubt about that. I mean, Steve Kerr said it.
10 minutes
Trace
between
Jackson
the both of them
going to play
night.
more.
Yeah, Looney and Saric, Donnie.
So, what?
10 minutes to combine for the two of them just yesterday.
And garbage time was 4+ minutes. I don't know. Sarge played 4. He played the last 4 minutes? Yeah, he's not. That's out of the rotation. Yeah. That's unfortunately what they call garbage time. But nevertheless, he's a pro. Sarge is a pro. It's the other thing. They don't really have any. They don't have a guy who's going to be a pain about getting squeezed one way or the other.
Moody is the poster child for it.
Exactly.
Man. No doubt.
Exactly. I tell you what. I don't want to say the guy's name because then you'll try to text him and get him on the show.
I'd have to have his number
and probably interrupt his lunch. But I'd love to get Eric Musselman on, who coached Moody at Arkansas, because I'd mess with Musselman and say, "There's no way he learned that maturity from you."
Yeah, you guys
He had to come to Arkansas with that maturity.
I don't have his number, so you ain't got to worry about that. Yeah. You can send it to me.
Arkansas had a tough year this year.
Oh,
yikes.
Boy. Yeah.
But they're in that SEC.
The tournament.
Tennessee, I think. See.
Oh, boy. This you're so special. Go ahead.
I'm just saying, I don't watch a lot of college basketball. This year, I've watched more, and I've kept my eye on Tennessee. I think they
got a favorite player.
Well, but here's the thing. I do want to see if what I think of a guy pans out at all.
Right.
Like, I'm not saying this guy's the second coming of Bird at all. All I'm saying is I think Tennessee's got 3 guys who can play in the league. They got Connect, they got a guy named Adu, and then they got this little point guard named Ziegler, who maybe. And then and then you find out maybe in 5 years Ziegler's a star and Adu and Connect can't even play in the league, and then I'll be like, well, so much.
I missed.
So I just want to see. I want to see how many guys get drafted ahead of Connect too. Let's go to Rocky in San Francisco. What's up, Rocky? How you doing, man?
Yes, sir. Good morning. Hey, chiming in here. Trace is the best thing last night. I mean, 3 blocks on Giannis. Who does that? 3 blocks in 1 quarter on him, 3 blocks in a couple minutes?
Yep.
Nobody does that. Yeah, I think he's hands down, no-brainer, the best thing last night. The other thing I'd love to hear your perspective on, I love Looney. I mean, he's just solid. He's just knows his job, loves the sitting, those rebounds. I mean, he put away Sabonis last year in the playoffs. And how does somebody just, disappear in, 2 months? What's going on with Looney? What do you guys know?
With Kevon Looney?
Yeah.
He's out of the rotation.
He don't like it. No doubt about it.
I mean, this is good old-fashioned.
Now.
Trace Jackson Davis has supplanted him.
Right.
He's better, Steve Kerr believes, right now than Looney, or at least in certain situations, more than, in a normal situation, he's gone to Trace Jackson Davis.
But how many times, and you just touched on it, partner, how many times does Steve Kerr do things with different guys based on how they'll accept it not being problematic? But I told you, Willard and Dibbs, yesterday, I firmly believe, let's just say the Warriors were to hook up with Minnesota, I would not be shocked Looney would get 15 days. That's just how this Warrior team is built.
I feel like in the spirit of who I am, I do want to slow up when we get to the playoffs and play.
I got you said that earlier.
It's just me. Yeah. It's just me.
But I guess what I'm telling you, partner, is not just this year. Kerr knows he could count on Looney in a playoff series.
They've got to stay healthy.
Well, that Minnesota long
it's
line.
It's no coincidence that they put that game together last night and had a full roster.
And had how many days off?
2.
Man.
Well, Steph only had 1 because
I hope he's
was hitting
7 that swing he did look pretty, man.
So much better than mine.
It's also so disrespectful.
Is it really?
I think that's more disrespectful than the night.
Do you really?
Think about when you practice
your
swings.
Shimmy?
No, think about when you practice your golf swing, Steiny. You're literally trying to do anything else. You don't have anything going on. You're in the middle of a basketball game. Doing that.
That is true.
But the shimmy is the worst, Steiny. Ricky Henderson online was slowing down.
I see what Joe's saying, though, because like a shimmy, a lot of guys do some,
he was walking to the bench.
Antoine Walker used to do it.
Yeah.
So it's kind of been a staple.
He was walking to the bench, though, Spadone. It wasn't like it. He hit it. He's got some hot dog to him, man.
He should use a driver next time. Right down the fairway, pop it on the half court.
He should just do his whole pre-shot routine.
That was,
and he's so good that it takes about 30 seconds. Like he's like a real golfer. Give me the distance. What's the wind doing?
What that swing? I looked at that swing.
Why does Curry get all that talent? Like, do you know that he's a great bowler? Like, why can't God have just said, "Hey, Steph, I'm giving you the best 3-point shot in history. I'm not letting you roll a 260
Wow,
game.
man.
I'm going to give that to Sam Lubman."
I hear you.
Why not? What would that hurt?
Hey, ask God.
All right.
Call him.
Pete's in San Ramon. What's up, Pete? How you doing, man?
Morning, gents. Thanks for taking the call.
Absolutely.
Steiny, I totally second your emotion about Steve Kerr coaching. A few months ago, he was saying the players earn playing time during practice. And during games, when they got the opportunity to play, they earned more minutes on the bench or more minutes on the court.
Yep.
But now he's saying there's combinations. They got data. There's combinations he likes. I think that's great. And looking forward to tonight.
There you go. Me too.
Lock in.
Look, this is basketball 101 in a way. You got Kevon Looney, who's had been entrenched here, playing 20 minutes a night. He's not having a great year. You draft a kid in the second round. You're not going to throw him in right away. But over the course of, we're at 60 games now, Trace Jackson Davis has clearly gotten better and better and better. And you know what? Right now, he's better than Looney, according to Steve Kerr, at least given certain games. Like, that's how you stay good for a long period of time, as far as I'm concerned. Like, this is really some good news about the young players. They're not... If Trace Jackson Davis is playing 30 minutes a night, the only way he's playing 30 minutes a night is if the team's 20-50. And so the fact that they can play these guys, get them some minutes, and they're still winning, that's where I might meet you halfway and say this team could be scary. But there's still 20 games to go. 21 games to go, and Chicago's in town tonight. And they got a great opportunity to beat the Chicago Bulls, who are